Hey everybody, it's me, Ashley Brooke. I'm in my PJs. Sorry, I'm weird. I'm like a little kid. Sorry. I'm gonna be 40 almost. Okay, so I'm on right now just to update you guys on what's going on. So, I got my Section 8 packet, so Monday it becomes active. I have to just sign these documents that are in this folder. I just sign these documents on a Zoom meet, I set an appointment with them on Zoom. Sign them in front of them on video, and it will be final. And my voucher that's in there will be active. So yay! I got to Section 8 finally. I'm still dealing with these people though from this shelter that I'm at. Really weird the way they do. The way they do God's work. I'm just saying. I will put them on blast later once I get out of this place. But yeah. Moving on. So I was on Facebook a second ago, and I read this post. I guess it's some parents that are really stressed out and stuff, and they sound really stressed out. They said they have a 21-year-old and he started becoming aggressive. And please, anybody with any advice, help them with this situation. I want to guess that they're giving him meds. A lot of times males on the spectrum, if they start giving him medication, when they hit puberty, they start to give it to them to control the, behaviors that they don't know how to deal with. And then they hit puberty, and then they become aggressive. There's some sort of does something different, some sort of change. It can happen with women too on the spectrum, but I have just seen it more common with my own eyes. People that I know, autistics that I know, that it had made them aggressive. And first off, medication should be for clinical disorders. Autism is not a clinical disorder; it is a neurological difference. So I think it's a very lazy approach. I can see maybe some parents don't have the knowledge and they don't understand, and they're just like, oh my God, help my child, and they don't get it. But really, it's part of it is the parent just to accept them, because a lot of the behaviors and aggression could also come from the way that the parents, the language that they use at home. They're not realizing, they're always like, oh, it's not a big deal. It's not a big deal. And they'll create too much movement around them, or maybe too much noise, or maybe just the room's really hot. Maybe you need AC. Honestly, little things like that can really bother us. Oh yeah, for the record, everybody, in case you haven't seen my channel, I'm autistic, and my 2 kids are autistic. I was once interpreted as aggressive, and I never even took meds. So I'm assuming that it's much more that they're talking about here, but at the same time, understand that especially a young man, okay? Don't think, oh, a 20-year-old autistic boy. No, he's a young man. Quit doing that to him. That's probably what's pissing him off. He is a young, man, and he needs to feel appreciated. He needs to feel like he contributes. He needs to feel respected. And, he's a man. You have to acknowledge that he is aware of this. A lot of people think, oh, if the person doesn't, speak the same way everybody else does, or if they don't, or they are not able to, if they don't want to participate the way other people do, that somehow, takes away his identity as a man. It's not so, and it's not cool to do that to an autistic young man, okay? That's the worst thing you can do. You're demasculating him. He's still a man. Do not demasculate them. It's not cool. Or belittle or talk to them, or, He probably is having trouble finding his identity and having trouble finding where, his purpose and where he belongs and where he's needed. A man needs to feel that. I think it's just natural that men need to feel like that. So we think an autistic man doesn't need to, I would suggest, from my advice to you, parents that are trying to, help their child. And I say this with no disrespect, but when you're talking, if you're wording it in a support group, to a bunch of people that have autistic children and autistic adults that are reading it, I'm assuming that you don't understand or didn't realize, that linguistics, we pay attention to the words that you guys use, and we take it to its very literal meaning. So if you're talking like, help me deal with this situation, the autistic child or autistic adult is going to be like, I'm a situation. That's not what family is supposed to be about. I'm supposed to be a loved one, not a situation. I'm not supposed to be a problem, And that's where it first starts, is the way that you guys talk to us, I would say. And don't get all offended. I'm not being rude. I'm autistic. I'm gonna get a t-shirt that says that. I'm not rude, I'm just autistic. Because we are very literal people. Very literal beings, and we do not have an intellectual disorder, even if we choose not to participate, even if we choose not to speak. Okay? It doesn't mean that we don't understand everything that's happening around us. So can you please just carry on? I don't like when that happened to me when I was nonverbal. I didn't speak till I was 7, and I went nonverbal again from 10 to 11. And yeah, I went nonverbal again in 2020. When my mother passed away, I went nonverbal for I was 2 months, almost 3 months. It was crazy. Felt weird being that, having that situation like that, going through that as an adult. It's crazy. But anyways, I would say definitely help them feel needed, help them feel appreciated, verbalize your appreciation and mean it. Because we can actually read facial cues, actually. Yeah, I don't know who the hell told you guys that, but a lot of us do read facial cues. Not all of us, And a lot of us, especially nonverbal ones, actually do pick up on facial cues because we don't speak, and body language is a big deal for us to navigate and, safety. It's kind of like, my son's laughing. He's like, right, Ozzy? Right or wrong time? Yeah, that's my son. He's nonverbal. He laughs whenever he wants a soup, or I'm like, you want a soup, Ozzy? He'll be like, hey, he's happy, and I guess it right. So whenever he agrees with me, he always does that. I love him. He's so cool. Like I'm saying, you guys, just have a close relationship with your child, and as they get older, you'll have that bond still, to where even if they're starting to feel those, the puberty hits and the hormones and they start to change their, whether they deal with stress and stimulation, they'll have a little bit more reason to keep it together and not, and not freak you out. I always see when I saw him younger, everybody would be like, just make him do this, make him. I'm like, don't make my son do anything. My son knows what the hell he's doing. Back up. And everyone's like, oh, you're too soft on him, you're too this. It's like, my son is very smart, and if he's not talking to you, I'm sure he has a very good reason. And me and my son have a beautiful trip today, and he's wonderful. And I know that as he gets older, they also try to push psych meds on my son when he was very young, because he has a sleeping disorder. I was like, you're not giving my kid medication. Why? Because you feel uncomfortable? He makes you feel uncomfortable? Well, maybe you should take the medication. Because my son's just fine. And he is a happy boy. And now he's getting older. He's going to be 11 soon. And he's still happy. Gentle giant, sweetheart. So I highly suggest no medication. Taper him down if you can. I would say go to a primary care physician to taper him down. I wouldn't go to a psychiatrist and taper him down. They're just going to give you another medication. Honestly, exercise is the way to go. Get them involved in physical therapy, exercise. Once they start doing physical therapy, exercise, and start changing their diet a little bit, it's going to make a big difference. Also, get them to socialization. Get them to participate in some sort of maybe a group where there's one other person, or support